My rise to kingship was shocking and decisive, and yet many of the chiefs of the Franks did not wish to follow me. They were not strong enough to resist me, but they were extremely skeptical of the idea that my heirs should rule over their heirs without additional tests in combat. But what is a king, if not a man who has established lordship over many others? What is a high chief except the king of many chiefs? And I was the high chief and the king, and I would not have it said that my son, Clovis, when he was born, would not rule over all of the Franks, as was his destiny stated to me by the Norns and shown to me by Woden. And so I changed tact for a time. I was always something of an accomplished bureaucrat, and I used that, plus the power of my growing army and the riches that I could rob from my neighbors, not only to prove to those chiefs that I was the true and destined king and high chief of the Franks, but also to delineate a line at the edge of my territory. Within that line were us, the Frankish people, the chosen of Woden, and beyond that line were our enemies and the targets of our raids. Hello and welcome back, senators and tribal chiefs, friends of the channel and newcomers alike. We are here once again with Ragnachar Merovinch, the outsider, king of the unified Franks. So the very first and very much least of his many goals has already been achieved. He has formed the kingdom of the Franks. The de jure portion of the kingdom of the Franks is super tiny. It is literally it's just like this. And that's fine, because we'll eventually take Asturia, which will be our first goal for a kingdom, and we may go north into Frisia. We've already broken into Frisia a little bit. But right now, there's going to be a slight pause on our war. We have a peace treaty with the guy whose territory we most need. We could take this, but no. Now that we're a king, we need to solidify our hold on the region. We're going to start by holding court. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne, while others move out of the way so they can simply observe the proceedings. I will gesture for the first in line to approach. A provincial merchant steps forward, clearly out of his element in my rich halls. Come, my man, we don't have all day. Yes, my lord, he stammers. I am Engelbert, representative of the disgruntled traders and freemen of Vledian Achin's greatest city. Baroniri, our mayor, is a barrier to commerce and the town's interests. We humbly ask that he be replaced by someone else. Oof. Not paying money out. Not giving it away. What does he have to say? So we have a 91% chance to find that he has in fact been incompetent, so we're going to do that. He was incompetent, so he paid us money, and hopefully he will recompense those traders. My sister-in-law, Countess Gormfaith, comes forward, apprehensively escorted by her husband, Rikar, who seems in a bad temper. He spouts up, "My lord, Mayor Aberhill is trying to seduce my wife, an affront to airmen. Everyone knows he's a miserable schemer, spinning webs and toying with lives. Gormflaith is clearly embarrassed to have this aired so publicly and can barely bring herself to meet my eyes." Okay, we shall see if there's any truth to this. Let's find out. They didn't give me an answer, which is a little annoying. The answer may be on the outside of the screen. It could also be checked by going to our prison like this. So we did not imprison him, so he was not found to actually be seducing that woman. Queen Edofleda stands before you, her face grave with concern. "My lord, the threat to Golders weighs heavy on my mind. Chieftain Genobald looms across the border. She points only days from the gates of Burgess and House Merovinge's hearths. We must fortify my lands. Burgian soldiers and fortifications are all that stand between the Frankish kingdom and ruin. You speak true, your lands will be fortified. That might be a good way to spend that money. Let me see, fort level +1, it lasts for 15 years. In days, we must fortify the capital. Yeah, that's a thing. Golders is no threat. Absolutely it is. I mean, we've been on 2 wars with them already, and there's a third on the horizon. They are a threat. That's not untrue. We are all burdened by the risks of wars. No, I think we are going to take the money that we just got from that mayor's deceit, and we're going to use it to give her better ramparts. Help her territory to be fortified. That will also, just as a side note, help her in her current war to the south, which may be the secret motivation for her asking that. She is pretty devious. She's not like our level of murdering our whole family for profit devious. I mean, that was a vision from the gods and told to us by our father. We are not bad men for doing that. That's the justice of the gods, okay? Our father spoke to us on his deathbed, and the gods sent me a mission, so that's the truth. There's no getting around that, but still, she doesn't murder like I murder. But she still murders pretty good. That could have been a scheme, and if it is a scheme, bravo, young lady. Bravo. I just hope you don't get so good at scheming that you figure out what I've done. Let's look at the kingdom title here for Austrasia, our future second king title. Should be a pretty straightforward goal, I think. Doesn't look too bad. Requires 14 of the 9 counties. We could probably actually get that pretty easily. Yep. We do need to see how many wives we end up having, because right now, I mean, I should say, how many children, because right now we are in a bit of a trouble, which is that we have to eventually take concubines, you know, because it's required by our culture and our station, and it's starting to really hurt. It's not really. It's not hurting us that much at all. Concubines is, yeah, it's 0.02. We could probably just continue to ignore that. At least for now. So, Ragnachar, our brother, could have an accolade. He could be Valiant, which I like. Valiant. Valiant is army damage modifier. That could just straight help us. What could we take as his second one? Marauder is monthly prestige from Dread. We don't really care about that. What is Thug? Dread per tyranny? No, not really. I mean, I don't want to be known as being dreadful. The fact that I'm as awful as I'm supposed to be a secret. My only public act of horror so far has been the execution of my uncle with no trial, but that's just how it goes sometimes, right? We could do this. Maybe we will start going to tournaments after all, you know? Yeah, let's do it. Let's leave him as a contender. So we're going to form this accolade. It's the worthiest of the chosen. We're going to name them Woden's Vengeance. There we are. Woden's Vengeance it is. And then we're going to go out of here. So we now... How did we not form that? We went to all the trouble to name that. Oh, we didn't click the... We're doing it again. Woden's Vengeance. Hit enter. Click create. Click create. Good. Do we have a successor? No, but that's okay, because that gives us an easy way to get another knight, which we definitely need since we're down one anyway. Let's look in here at how bad our worst knights are. They're pretty awful, to be honest. Going along this list here, just gonna at this point, this early on, I think we're gonna let 10 stand as our worst knights. Yeah, we're trying to get you a successor, so that fixes everything up there that we can deal with right now. We're in domain limit finally, which should help us get more troops. We need to make some money, which means we need to find some juicy raiding targets. He is still very weak. What is this? Challenge to a board game. This is my bro. Okay. So if I lose, I gain stress, because I'm not good at this. If he loses, he gains stress too. So, I don't know, let's do it. Let's do it. Count Rikar is already waiting to begin our little chess match, sat waiting with a competitive grimace writ large across his features. We're neck and neck, though neither of us is even close to victory. I genuinely don't know what's easier, laments my opponent, beating you at chess or telling the tale of your embarrassing loss. I'm beating him handily, though neither of us is even close to victory. You look like you need the privy, suggests my opponent sympathetically. Feel free, I'll guard the board. Innocent whistling. I'm beating him handily, victory is close, I can taste it. Why are the numbers always this hard, pouts my opponent. Chess needs you to think so far ahead, and I just can't. It takes a subtle mind to play chess, and we have been victorious. Okay, I think we're going to tell him we'd love to play against him again. He won't believe us, so let's just take the generic default. It's the usual outcome. Because he will not believe us because of our terrible diplomacy if we tell him that we'd like to play with him again. Even though it's technically true, what does this person want? They are reading saucy readings in my court. Lately, I can't help but notice the gaggles of giggling maidens and usually austere warriors gathering in dark alcoves to listen enraptured to a book. I have finally cornered Berthawaru with the book in her hands. It is a licentious text, ooh, saucy, filled to the brim with sensuous temptations, earthly seductions, and supple bosoms. I am silent while I ponder the probable reaction of Rizgodier, Rignomer, and Berothwaru stares at me in apprehension. Purify them with fire! Okay, have all the copies of the scandalous text burned and banned from your court. So, here's the thing. These are all very bad because I'm zealous, but this is one of the problems with religion in this game, and I do, you know, I'm gonna click it, and it's fine, and I understand simplicity of design and all that, but I don't believe worshippers of Woden would care one bit about a little bit of porn. Like, I don't think this is how I would feel, right? Like, I'm zealous towards a bunch of, like, warrior gods and, like, stuff like that. I'm not zealous to, like, Christ. I don't care about people having a little bit of sex in books. But whatever, this is what we gotta click. It's all we got. So here we go. There we go. Let's see if our brother liked it or hated it. Our brother did not like it, I'm guessing. Yeah, I think he's not happy that we burned the book. Oh no, he's pleased. That's the bottom one. So he's pleased. All right, he agrees. I don't know how, oh, my friend died. This is the old man from the pilgrimage that we took in the midst of our murder spree. The hardest part of ruling. By the very nature, ting meets can oftentimes be extremely boring. If tempers don't flare and no one gets dramatic, then it's just a long list of low-ranking freemen discussing petty affairs and standing out in the rain. Yet, as king, I am required to be here, growing older every second, watching the men of Bologna talk each other to death. Wishing for a war to save me from this living hell. Yeah, I getcha. I could be doing such useful things with this time. Daydreaming about plots. I certainly will take +3 intrigue for 5 years. Seems like a good deal. Probably could have taken the stress too. Ooh, who created this? Oh, it's a rebel faction. Which kind of rebels are rebelling against me? Who doesn't like me? Who is it? It's up here. Wait. No, that doesn't feel right. Yeah, that does feel right. So these guys, they're Gallo-Roman and they are Christians, so we should probably be making them, we are. We're already working on this region as fast as we can. See what we're doing down here. This is my wife's territory. She can probably take care of that herself. Or we fight them off with our armies. I mean, that's another valid way of handling the situation at this time. This whole making the kingdom more secure is something that we don't have much experience with, honestly. So his military is still real bad. We're at the point now where our troops have risen to the degree that we can go on a nice little raiding mission. We do not know how badly raided he's been, but hopefully there's some territory that can be raided in his territory. Oh yeah, we can go down this way and come around. That'll be fine. Good. Time to raid. This guy, he probably should change his faith. I mean, that would probably be good for him, but it's hard to change people's faith when they're not of our culture. Let me see. He needs a new wife. Just marry this cowardly lady. And then we will send you in. Hopefully we can make some money to fund the army. Would be an excellent use of this raiding time. Gotta move this a little bit up, a little bit faster, you know? I don't think he's gonna dare attack me. His current army is like so much smaller than mine. Okay, so this guy, he's new. He is an 8. That's terrible. It's like literally terrible. Do I have any other successor? I don't, so I guess it's got to be him. Well, would I rather have a terrible person pushing out a 10 just so that I can make sure that this doesn't fall off? Yeah, I'll do that. I don't like it though. I don't like it. Hopefully we'll find someone better later. That's all I gotta say about that. We'll watch this and see how much money we collect. We could probably raid full in here. We're not gonna be able to raid this because he's there. But we will head down this way, I think. What is this? We can pet our cat. Come, Gray. Let me whisper to you of all of our schemes. Up here. Can I murder him yet? Nope, the murder scheme is still on cooldown. That's fine. We'll probably just ward him normal. Worth him normal again when the time comes. I don't understand what's happening here. Oh, that's her territory. That's why they're attacking that. Bit of an interesting thing, but he has too many allies for me to try to fight him. Although I could. This is not Yeah, I mean, I could use our raid truce to help her in her war. It'd be a really weird thing to do, but it is actually possible. And we've charmed this vassal. Look at that, he almost doesn't hate us. Things are getting better every day. We've collected 100 gold from this Roman territory. Prisoner taken siege. Ooh, I hope she's valuable. Ransom her? Oh yeah. And 50 gold to boot. Did we take any? We took this person too. This is a child. Do you want to ransom them? Well, 12 gold will do. Thank you, my friend. You got a really good deal there. Should be very happy. We normally ask a lot more for little children when we've got them in our clutches. Now, we're gonna chase this guy down because we're stronger enough to get him. And I think we would like to steal his money and add it to our raiding coffers, you know? That's what I would like to have happen. Another Romano-Gallo faction has been created against me. Maybe we do actually attack this army as well. You know, because we can beat it, and that will help my wife win her war. This is costly. Very costly, but we can now move ourselves up to disband. Hopefully that will give our wife some help with having enough troops to handle her war. Oh yeah, she's got, definitely has the troop advantage now. It's interesting that that we could do that, because that one's a little sneaky, you know? We were a little sneaky there, admittedly. But it does work. We don't want both of these castles. This is the actual castle, Cologne, right? Yeah, so we're gonna give this castle here to someone else. A Frankish noble, of course. This new guy. That's fine. So we've made a ton of gold on that. So what do we want to do with that gold? Well, we have an armor inspiration. He is legendary throughout the world. We're absolutely doing his inspiration. That is literally all of our money. Are we really going to do this? That's too selfish. And we don't care about that kind of stuff. That's something a martial character would do. We do not care about that. So let's see. We're going to go to our capital duchy here, and we're going to start building out things to make it stronger. Let's look at what kind of men-at-arms we have. So we need to start thinking about how we're going to handle these locations, right? So we need We control directly this stuff, right? This. Yeah, those two. That one. And this. So these two are in our main duchy. I think we're going to make this the military duchy. Maybe it should be the... No, we're going to make this the military duchy. So if we look up here at what we're likely to raise up the most, this pikemen. So pikemen are good. But we have these light horsemen too, which I could see myself using more of. And then bowmen. All right. So let's see what we have that can raise up bowmen. I mean, not bowmen, light horsemen. To make them stronger. All right, it's that thing where I can't pull the bar because there's something underneath it. Light horsemen. Stables affect light horsemen, light cavalry. Barracks affect everything, and the city market is just good. This place has silk. I think we're gonna build the stables. And then we're gonna use the remaining money we have left over to increase our light horsemen up. And then we are going to actually, just in anticipation of this, so they're already there. Great. So there we go. We've started to hopefully improve our economic situation. I should say our militaristic situation, because that's what fuels our economy at this time. We're going to take golden obligations, and then we're going to go down architect. See, we can demand payment for Mayor Wilbrot, and we will. We might want to find people around us that we can generate some hooks on. Let's also look at what hooks we might have available to us. Because, you know, nothing. Nothing. We have a hook on our wife, but I don't know that we would take money from her for that. We'd rather keep it for something more useful. Hopefully she wins her war. I really hope. She seemed to be doing good the last time. Yeah, she's getting it. I think she's going to get it. She's going to make that expansion there, which is good for her. Let's see. We're going to avoid people on our territory because pissing them off is just going to piss them off. We aren't doing any murders right now, which means we probably should have changed this off there for a while ago. Let's actually go into here. And, see, where is their capital? I don't actually know where their capital is. It's down here. It's under this boar right here. So we're going to actually search for secrets in Alesia. Hopefully, we'll quickly find some stuff there that's useful. Since we've raised up these horses, we could actually afford another one because there's 76, and we're going to do that because we want our military to grow quickly. We have a lot of wars ahead of us, and our son will probably have just as many, so we need to be ready for that. Well, we don't even have a son yet, but Lady Adolfleda, let me prove my devotion to you in any way you deem fit. Adolfleda ponders the request for a while before her face lights up. I have been plagued by nightmares lately. If you are truly devoted to me, you will stand guard outside my chambers and make sure no evil reaches me. I'll do it. She's well rested. We did it. We guarded her. Ruler in the making. So this is our daughter. She is bossy. Huh. Bossy, eh? That's interesting. Let me see what we're gonna do here. Let's educate her. Do we have somebody we might trust to educate her? We don't want to zoom this fast while we're trying to figure this out. Put this over here for now. We'll deal with that in a second. So the best warrior we have is this guy. He's trusting, which means he's loyal. Which means even though he doesn't like us very much, he will do a good job if he can. The other alternative is this woman because she's quick. I think we're going to give it to the trusting warrior here. I think this is the best guy. We're going to have him be our daughter's guardian to teach her to be a great warrior. Now, that's kind of interesting to me. I just want to look at some of these other places. That's the religion. I want the... They're still Saxonians. Saxonian is not what we're looking for. We'll do that in a second. I'll check what I was going to check in a second. Let's look at this. Some of my counselors believe the job is theirs by right of blood or influence alone. How wrong they are. I expect results, yet I am often disappointed, so my wife wants to help one of my counselors. I will usually pick whichever one has a positive opinion from it, because usually one of them are happy for it. I could lay with her, because we still need to produce a son if possible. No, I mean, we're going to get lots and lots of checks once we're finished seducing her, since we have 100%. I mean, romancing her, since we have 100%. So, I think we're going to do studying diplomacy with our diplomat. Yeah, let's do it. He doesn't need it so much, but still, I think it's a good idea. I want to see... So we have the Norse up here. Because we have the Norse, that means this exists. Our acceptance with the Norse is actually already 40%. I could see us hybridizing with the Norse. That's actually an interesting idea. I wonder if anybody else has that particular nice little these guys are the Jutish. No, not them. These are the Brythonic. Nope, not them. We have the Anglish up here. No. So if we wanted to do that, we would have to get some territory from the Norse. Which, that might be just a little bit beyond the scope of what we're trying to do here, conquering the Norse. We got a lot of war to do. And I don't think anybody, like, in the British Isles have it. Probably only Norse-based cultures would have it. No, not here with the Pictish. No, the Gaelic don't have it either. Alright, we'll think about it. There are possibilities. We could just take right to prove. Right to prove is the same thing. Women can become shield maidens, but they, but we lose 2 knights and gain 25 knight effectiveness, which could actually be worth more in the long run. I like right to prove because it lets the women that are strong enough to be warriors without giving you all the problems of equality where every woman is now, well, where every child inherits and everything explodes. That's good for later in the game, but not early in the game. Okay, Zealand, find secrets task. You uncovered a secret. It belongs to this woman, I think? So we could blackmail her. She has a little bit of money. She'll accept. And we are not above blackmail, so we will absolutely blackmail her to rob her. She has the perfect amount of money for exactly what we need. Once our troops are refreshed fully, we'll do some raiding in the north here. Got to be getting close, though, to being able to declare another war on this guy, or at least murder him. Nope, still can't murder him. Hey, I think everybody's doing a pretty good job. Our council is pretty stable, and we're getting to the point where I'm starting to feel like it might be time to start thinking about wars and murders again, you know? For the County of Cologne. These are tumultuous times for the County of Cologne. Report after report arrives dealing with the dire straits of affairs in the area. The peasants have started muttering about alternative solutions. Handle the issue personally. Meticulous management. That will help us a lot. That is enough to put us past a negative. That'll help us a ton. Good. That should give us more time to get these transitions through. Romance and embarrassing odor. I have secured an invitation to a feast in Luxembourg and a seat close to Edelfleda. Despite my determined attempts, I am failing to strike up a conversation. She is probably rendered speechless by the intensity of my afflictions. Suddenly, the loudest fart I have ever heard erupts from our table. Few guests are looking at Edelfleda. I must save her. I'm just gonna stay quiet. We're already getting this. It's already 100%. We don't need to take credit for any farts. Oh, she won her war. Look at that. Look at that. What a woman. Glorious. Glorious. Expanding our territory where I'm on a break, making it more secure. Gray the gift giver. 2 gold. You know, never ever say no to 2 gold. Right now, that is half of our monthly income almost. Espionage lovers, while performing his duties, my spymaster, Count Gaultier, has uncovered a secret held by Duke Sebastianus of Bar. He's secretly taken a person as a lover. My see. I see. Well, I mean, this is useful to know. So we learned about his secret. Again, I wonder if it's something he cares about. Let's blackmail them both. Blackmail you. Can't blackmail them both at the same time. Okay. We gained a hook on him. Now if we blackmail you, how do you feel about it? Blackmail refused. A threat was made, and there can only be one outcome. I must admit, I cannot reveal the secret. I actually can't reveal the secret because I haven't taken money from your friend yet. So, you got me this time, bud. You got me this time. You got me this time because I need this first. I can't do it until after I get that. That's the most important reason for having the secret. Now we expose it. Now we expose it. Now we expose the secrets. Because instability is our game. Am I right? We're not out here trying to, like, make people's lives better. We're just out here getting some money off of them and then exposing their secrets once they've paid me. Any instability we can create down here is good for us because it leads to the inevitable conquest that we're going to have to do. We cannot declare war on him still, and it is still too soon to murder. Those are going to run down at the same time, aren't they? I'm just, like, unaware of the fact they run down at the exact same time. I can declare war on this woman. She does have things I want, but I need a lot of territory from her. Well, like a whole chieftainage, and I can't just take that from her without a duchy war, and we're surprisingly getting close to illustrious, so I think it's time for more raiding. You know, let's do one more raid before we call this episode to an end. Let's grab this, move it up to here. I'm just gonna raid all along here. I'm pretty sure we're stronger than everyone up here now. Raise all here. And then once they're all up and raised, we will convert them to raiders. And we will just begin on a money-making expedition to our neighbor's land. We should also raid down here in the land of the guy we intend to conquer, because we want to weaken him. Romance Intruder. So, yes. My spring blossom is in danger. I must save her. As I feel as if I have plunged into a frozen lake. I fight the villain off. I save her. She is now my soulmate. Wonderful. And we are now raiding up here in the north, in Frisia. I have no interest in participating in Frisia's war, so we're just gonna run down here and do... Is that gonna force us to go... It's gonna force us to go through him, so we're just gonna go around him to the north. Our court grandeur has increased. Oh, you're taking a prisoner. It is a child, but it might be a peasant child. Nope, it's worth money. Okay, go home, girl. Your father was willing to pay me, or at least the man who manages your father's affairs. One of those two people. The faction is created against us. More money from our raids up here. The raids are also bringing us great esteem. They're probably also bringing our man here. Oh, this is the new guy. Well, since he's actually of our religion, making him a raider would probably be better for us. I don't really want to fight this battle. I don't want to lose the troops that fighting that battle will cost me. Not in the least. No, I would like to avoid that. My work at the court of Vicarius Flavius might have failed to find any secrets, but his guest, Ricalo, might... So, let's see. Who is this person? It's a lady. She's got no money. No, I think we will try to influence her instead because she has no money, so there's no point in trying to get a hook on her. You can keep doing your work, though. You're doing a great job, by the way. Good on you. I mean, very happy about that. This person here, we checked her before. Yeah, she's conquerable, which means she's raidable, so we're going to go in there and raid, and then we're going to cross her bridge back towards our territory and then raid up here in Guelders. Hit this up. Made 21 gold. Comfort of a friend, so our wife is going to comfort us. Good, that'll help us get some of the stress we've been carrying off for all the children we murdered. It's all murder children. Stress is that's the only kind of stress we really know, is the stress of murdering children. Oh, this raiding is very, very profitable when it comes to like preparing us for the future. What is this? We can lash out. Yes, we will. Seem to have lashed out against everyone again. That is the preferred way for this to happen. This is a grand tournament. We're not going to join it, but our knight might. I hope he does. As a contender, I would really hope he does. Annoying company. I am comfortably soaking in the bathhouse, finally getting some well-deserved downtime when a grating voice from somewhere nearby interrupts my tranquil thoughts. Did you see his? It's ridiculously tiny. Oh, this woman. Who are you? Who are you? Were you not once married to one of my people? Did I not marry you to one of my people? Maybe it was a different albino. Maybe that's just a coincidence. Ugh. That's how I feel about that. She will pay for this. I want her dead now. I already have a hammer. It was a gift from the people who care about me. It is better to me than anything you could possibly provide, merchant scum. Actually, merchants are a very important part of our culture, so I don't think we would call them scum. Okay, did we finish? No, we didn't. It's right there. All right. Attempted murder. Count Gautier uncovered the secret of Conus Plavinius's attempted murder. Oh, very nice. Very nice. I shall blackmail you for your murder plot, money sponge. And that is a strong hook. So you're going to be paying me for a long time. We now have a source of income. Get that little hook there ready to refresh. Come back and give us even more money. I'm not demanding payment from Adelflade. That's crazy. She's fine. She's fine. We love her because she's part of the family that we love. Even though she is... Oh, damn it. You forced me to leave my raiding trip and come down here and smash your face. Adelflade is pregnant again. We have destroyed those raiders, which is good. We brought home 40 more gold. We're going to disband this. And I think we're going to put an end to the episode there. Let's look. This is territory that we own in our main duchy, so we're going to... Ooh, how much does it cost to feudalize? 500. That's so much. We're going to have to raid a lot to feudalize this. That's interesting. We have not yet finished building this. We could buy even more horsemen. We just cap the horseman unit, which leaves us with 83. I think that's a good idea. And that is where we're going to end this episode. Thank you for watching and joining me here as we have switched our gears a little bit and spent a tiny little bit of time on our wonderful king, Ragnachar the Great. Kinslayer and outsider, lord over all of the Franks, king of the new Frankish kingdom. Next time, I think we're going to use our new soldiers to perpetrate a war, most likely over here. We may raid a little first. It's hard to say. I would like to get this to 2,000 because I would like to reform our culture, to add a new tenant down here. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Goodbye for now.